You're watching New York's #1 news, Channel 7 Eyewitness News this morning, with Ken Lozado, Shirlene Ellicott, Heather O'Rourke with traffic, and Bill Evans with the exclusive AccuWeather forecast. Now, Eyewitness News this morning.
It is an AccuWeather alert day. Snow and rain falling across the tri-state at this hour and through the morning commute.
Road Cam 7 also on the roads this morning. School closings and delays will be scrolling at the bottom of the screen, and the list is also at our free news app. Live team coverage is coming up.
But we begin with meteorologist Bill Evans and the exclusive AccuWeather forecast.
All right, here we go. We take a look outside this morning. I was just checking on end times here for this snow. First things first, we have a winter storm warning in effect here, Sussex County all the way up to Dutchess, Putnam County here and around Orange, eastern Ulster County. Winter weather advisory for lesser amounts of snow. 1 to 2, 2 to 3 here. You see in Westchester, northern Westchester, Rockland, and that's until noontime today here. The rest of the area, kind of a rain and snow slush mix here as we look at the radars. So that rain snow line has creeped east of Manhattan now to just about Flushing, to all the way down here to Coney Island, and now sliding eastward here. So that's the rain snow line, just now creeping into just to about Rye here in Westchester County, and then that'll be moving into Fairfield. Temperatures have been dropping a little bit. We're at 34 down the Jersey Shore, but see, it's still plenty cold here north and west, where it's been all snow all the time. When does it end? And that is the question I'm going to answer for you right now. 7 o'clock, you see the snow creeping across. It'll keep creeping across, and then it'll still be rainy in Suffolk County and right here from about Bridgeport eastward. And then this starts to shut down by noontime, and then about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock out toward the eastern end of Long Island. And the temperatures are going to drop like a rock tonight down into the 20s. All right, that's AccuWeather. Here's my friend and colleague, AccuHeather.
Well, thank you so much. Let's take a look at what's going on 78. This is the eastbound side. This traffic is not stopped. Well, I should say they're not parked. They're actually just sitting here waiting to get to this accident that I passed earlier this morning before exit 45. So this is 78 eastbound side, and this is right near exit 43 in Berkeley Heights. Now let's switch over to another camera and show you how things look on the FDR Drive, which remains closed down because of this vehicle fire, and that's on the FDR Drive, and it's southbound right near 79th Street. A-Train, signal problems at Ozone Park, Lefferts Boulevard. J-Train, signal problems at 111th Street. So this is where that accident was, that delay I was just showing you. 78 East, exit 45, tractor-trailer accident still being cleared away. Alternate side of the street parking rules are suspended. Shirlene, over to you.
All right, Heather, keeping it on the roads. Road Cam 7 is on Route 17 in Monroe, Orange County. The main roads are mainly wet and slick there, but worse as you head north and west. We continue our team coverage this morning with Eyewitness News reporter Derek Waller. He is live in West Milford, New Jersey. Derek.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, the snow continues to fall here in West Milford, New Jersey. Light to moderate snow. I'll show you the roads and the sidewalk. You can see the road looks just fine. It's the sidewalk that's really covered. That is because, as you can see on the road, I think down the street, the plows are certainly out here. And we also have some video we shot this morning of those plows spreading some brine on the roads. That is really why it's not sticking too much to these main roads, spreading that salt water mixture. That's really helped. Also helping is the fact that it's just not that cold out here. Not as cold as the last time it snowed, but certainly the snow is sticking to untreated roadways, grassy areas, sidewalks, and it's certainly not keeping some people from going to work. We talked with some utility workers and plow drivers who are still very busy this morning.
It's not bad yet. We're used to it up here.
No problem for me, you know. You got to get up a little earlier, but I work for the utility. I got to get to work. Not a problem.
So certainly some of those side roads, those windy back roads could be treacherous this morning out here, and it's certainly probably why schools here in West Milford are closed today. We're live in Passaic County, New Jersey. Derek Waller, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
All right, Derek, thank you. And our northern counties will see the most snow. Eyewitness News reporter Marcus Solis live in Fishkill, Dutchess County. You're about 55 miles north of where I am right now, Marcus.
And a whole lot more snow, Ken. Yes, good morning. It is colder here, and so the snow has been falling through the night. And we'll step back a little bit here on the sidewalk, show you in the untreated areas. The snow has accumulated at least 3-4 inches perhaps, but much better on the roadways. This is State Route 52, and you can see it's almost down to the blacktop. There have been several passes now by snowplows, and also the increased traffic as the morning moves on, certainly helping conditions there. The snowplows have been out. Both the State Department of Transportation has its plows on Interstate 84 and on its state roads like here at Route 52. The town of Fishkill has its plows working in the side streets, in the neighborhoods, trying to remove snow that has been falling through the night. They are used to that kind of snowfall up here. This is more of a nuisance than anything else, but those heading out to work this morning said they are going to take it slow.
Once they plow, they salt. You know, as long as you don't get stupid with how you're driving, you're all right. I live a mile off the road. It's more trouble for me to get out of my driveway than it is to, you know, get on the road and go to work.
Best advice of the morning, don't get stupid. And that's the latest here from a snowy Dutchess County. Live in Fishkill, Marcus Solis, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
All right, Marcus, thank you. In the city, alternate side of the street parking is suspended today, as Heather has been mentioning to us. Sanitation workers are out, making sure it's a smooth morning commute. Eyewitness News reporter Candace McCowan, she's live in the Riverdale section of the Bronx with that part of the story. Candace.
Shirlene, good morning. So far here in the Bronx, no snow just yet, but that rain is really picking up. It's kind of a nuisance and kind of not something you want to deal with if you're out commuting this morning. But we're here at West 242nd and Broadway this morning. This is a very busy area for commuters. The city says this is really just a salt spreader storm. Not enough accumulation expected here for the city crews to be able to plow. Now, we see plenty of salt spreaders out working this morning, especially treating this busy section of roadway where you will have plenty of cars and buses coming through. Now, to give you an idea of what the city is expecting, they're still picking up trash today. Now, this is really just, again, one of those nuisance storms, making it a little bit more tedious to get to school and work. And one man who works in construction says it's just enough snow to make it a bit of a pain.
It's not going to do nothing. We're going to work anyway.
Yeah, and we've seen some buses out here who actually have those chains on their tires just in case. They are prepared. Again, the city just waiting to see what happens, but they are making sure that the roadways are ready. Live here in the Riverdale section of the Bronx this morning, Candace McCowan, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
All right, Candace, thank you for that. For more information on school delays plus up-to-the-minute weather updates, make sure to download our free news app.
6:37, we learned overnight that workers at Hunts Point Produce Market will not go on strike after reaching a tentative agreement with management. This comes after weeks of negotiations over pay raises. Market management originally offered a 30-cent per hour raise for drivers and dock workers, but the workers responsible for produce that literally feeds every corner of New York City and some 9% of the entire country, they wanted a $1 an hour raise.
The workers here are some of the hardest workers in New York, feeding all of New York City. The hard, backbreaking work they do deserves a fair raise and an increase.
It is not clear what terms were reached under the agreement, but it was enough to keep 1,100 workers from walking off the job.
New overnight, police are searching for the driver who hit a man in Long Island City and left him for dead. Police say the driver took off in a dark-colored SUV after the crash at 35th Street and Queens Boulevard. It happened just after 9 o'clock last night. The 26-year-old victim was taken to the hospital in critical condition. New this morning, a suspect on the loose after escaping police custody on Long Island. Police say it happened at about 3:45 on Franklin Avenue in Hempstead yesterday afternoon. The man was in a police car before he made his escape. Police haven't released his identity or what he was being arrested for.
6:38, Attorney General Jeff Sessions is weighing in on the immigration debate, calling for stricter laws that would evaluate potential immigrants.
What good does it do to bring in somebody who's illiterate in their own country, has no skills, and is going to struggle in our country and not be successful? That is not what a good nation should do, and we need to get away from it.
The Justice Department has requested the Supreme Court to intervene to allow the White House to end DACA. Happening today, former Senate Majority Leader Bob Dole is being honored with a Congressional Gold Medal. Paul Ryan, Mitch McConnell, Chuck Schumer, and Nancy Pelosi will present him with the award. Dole served as a Republican member of Congress from 1961 to 1996. The Kansas native is also an Army veteran. He suffered injuries in World War II and was awarded 2 Purple Hearts and a Bronze Star.
6:39, investigators are trying to determine whether a heated argument, possibly over a cigarette, was the motive behind a deadly shooting in the Bronx. Video from inside a Bronx bodega shows 36-year-old Shaquana Button apparently arguing with a man on Monday night. Moments later, she was shot in the face on the sidewalk outside. So far, police have made no arrests. Anyone with information is asked to call police.
Wow. Time now 6:39, and you're never more than 7 minutes away from weather and traffic.
Meteorologist Bill Evans outside our studios on the Upper West Side.
And we have rain here on the Upper West Side. There was a couple of very heavy wet flakes mixed in, and we're seeing more of that taking over now as we head towards 7 o'clock, and it gets a tad colder, especially in the upper atmosphere here. Here's another look as we take a look outside this morning. We've got that low ceiling of the cloud cover. The red lights there, that's Big Alice Power Plant, 35 degrees right now. And we're looking at, 34, 35 here around the 5 boroughs, 34 down the Jersey Shore, and 20s to the north and west. There's that rain snow line right there. Snow over Staten Island, probably a little bit of a mix, and we're looking at what's going to be rain just east of there. And so there's going to be some heavy wet snow that'll be falling around the 5 boroughs here as we get on into the middle and end of the morning commute. And then that pushes out of here. This high pressure ridge off to our west is what we're coming in. Maybe give us some sunshine late in the day. So here's the off time for this. You see we get to 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock, and then it's done by noon and about 2 o'clock out toward the eastern end there. So then we're looking at some cold air pouring in tonight and for tomorrow. All right, Heather O'Rourke is looking at your commute right now. She's in the traffic center. What's going on?
We are looking at this mess right over here. 78 commuters, listen up. This is Route 78. This is the eastbound side. This is in Berkeley Heights. Let's go over to our maps and I will tell you what's going on there. There's an accident. It's been there throughout the overnight. 78 eastbound side, exit 45. The tractor trailer part, the trailer portion of it was split open. So they're still out there trying to get that cleared away. FDR Drive reopened in the 70s. Earlier vehicle fire cleared. Street cleaning rules are suspended. Ken and Charlene, over to you.